Hello students, today we shall learn about multiple choice questions. At the end of this video, you all would have mastered the art of solving multiple choice questions related to reading comprehension. The reading section is an important part of your English paper. Classes 9 to 12 generally get 2 passages in their exams. These are also components of various competitive exams. So, what is the purpose of reading skills? Well, reading skills play a vital role in enhancing one's independent thinking, and it definitely develops critical thinking. According to the latest CBSE pattern, classes 9 onwards, the reading section of the paper will consist of 2 passages, as I told you earlier also. So students should be expected to solve multiple choice questions. These passages will test the following competencies: comprehension, inference, vocabulary, analysis, interpretation, etc., etc. After understanding the pattern of the reading section, let us now talk of MCQs, multiple choice question. So a typical MCQ has a statement that is called a stem, which is followed by 4 answer options. Out of these 4 answer options, generally only one is correct. It is called the key. Other 3 are called the distractors. Please remember, MCQs are not to be treated as guess games. They are definitely not guess games. In order to arrive at the correct answer, students have to use not only their knowledge and understanding, but also high order thinking skills that are popularly known as HOTS. For instance, evaluating, analyzing, applying, etc., etc. Now let us talk of the main steps which will help you in solving your passages. Believe me, it's not rocket science. So step 1, skim and scan. It basically means that you read the passage thoroughly. Some experts suggest that you first read the questions before the passage. Well, it's entirely up to you. It's entirely your approach. In whatever you feel comfortable, you do that. So read each question twice or thrice and skim the questions quickly. Out of 10 questions, it is a great possibility that you will be sure of the answers of at least 2 or 3. So once you see those keywords, or the answers as we may call them, in the MCQs, please mark them then and there. So if you are confident of a particular answer, what are you going to do? You are going to lock it. Step 3, principle of elimination. So let us see what is this. It is an important technique through which students can reach the correct answer. How? Remember not to treat MCQs as guess games, okay? And then when you read the passage carefully, you eliminate the incorrect options and then finally reach the final and correct answer. Let's take a look at the following example taken from the book 501 Reading Comprehension Questions. Just see this small passage. It says, most of the women in the orchestra wore conventional black skirts and white shirts during concerts and had their hair neatly pulled back. Robin, with her brightly colored clothing and unusual hairstyles, was considered quite eccentric. The question is, what is the meaning of the word eccentric as it is used in this sentence? So there are 4 options. Option A, unconventional. Option B, joyful. Option C, unreliable. Option D, proud. Well, yes, the option A, that is unconventional, is the correct answer. So if I have to explain this, let us see. The passage children imply that the other women in the orchestra were conventional because of the way that they dressed and wore their hair. Now, because Robin does things differently, so she would be considered unconventional. So the other choices, although she may be joyful, unreliable and proud, have nothing to do with the context of this sentence, which is directly addressing her appearance as it compares to the other women in the orchestra. Now let's see one more example here. The passage says, in prolonged space flight, besides the obvious hazards of meteors, rocky debris and radiation, astronauts will have to deal with muscle atrophy brought on by weightlessness. Therefore, when they return to Earth, they face a protracted period of weight training to rebuild their strength. What is the most likely meaning of the underlined word debris as it is used in this passage? Option A, fragments. Option B, decay. Option C, bacteria. And option D, alien life. Now, this indeed is a simple, straightforward choice that makes the most sense when imagining objects floating in space. And that is option A, fragments. Question 2. The underlined word atrophy as used in the paragraph most nearly means option A, pain, option B, wasting, option C, weakening, and option D, cramping. So what is the explanation here for the option B? Well, although a muscle that atrophies may be weakened, the primary meaning of the phrase is basically to waste money. So many times you may be aware of the meaning of asked words, children. At other times you reach the correct conclusion with reference to this context that is given to you in the passage. Now this will happen only and only with your practice. Step 4 is to read again. Well, it is possible that out of those 10 questions that you have, you are not confident of maybe 1, 2 or even 3. So what do we do in such situations? Please don't forget, time is crucial. You have to manage your time very well. So don't be stuck to that question. Move on. And once you have solved the rest of the paper, then you can come back to that question and then solve it. Now we come to the final step, step 5, that is practice, practice, practice. Please practice a passage every day. I would like to quote Malcolm Gladwell here. Practice isn't the thing you do once you are good. It's the thing you do that makes you good. So basically, if you want to excel the art of solving MCQs related to reading comprehension, you require a lot of hours of practice. So what are you waiting for? Visit your nearest library, or you can order a book on reading comprehension online and start practicing one passage daily if you want to perfect your score in the reading section. Thank you for watching.